Hey, how about now? I think I've got it back up and running. All right. We're actually going to get it fixed here in a couple minutes, but I am going to go in and change a couple of things and make it work. But I'm Tim Gillette, your host, and we are back up and going. Of course, we always make mistakes. We always have things go wrong. And that is why we have a system coming up to fix things on the fly. So anyway, are you here? Are you there? All right. Just go ahead and let us know when you are here. All right. What you've got and how we will fix this thing and make it all work. So watch me as I fix this thing and work on the fly. Hey, you've always got to be prepared for things to go wrong. So as we get started this morning, we got some great speakers coming in, and you know what I mean? I didn't have anything fancy for this section this morning. Other than to, basically welcome everybody in, get things started, share with everybody. What's going on? Okay, we got it. Some people are in the room. Do me a favor, and you're in the room. Tell everybody, say hi to everybody in the room. Tell everybody where you're coming in from, and we will actually keep this thing rolling today. So anyway, watch. I make all the updates real quick while I'm on the fly and make a roll. Anyway, hey, we do these monthly, and they're about marketing your business online, all right, and doing things to help get your vision out there. So often I see people who actually try to do a business, and they try to figure out what they're going to do online, and the first thing they do is a Google search. How do I make money online? And they're shocked that everything they get is all of the information that basically it's a bunch of people trying to sell you courses on how to make money online. And they go, well, I don't want to buy a course. I want to learn how to make money online. And I think that's kind of the synopsis of what our broadcast and thing is about. Is so often we're trying to market our businesses online, and we forget to do all the little details and realize that when we go to search for something, that the search is going to populate for those people who have actually done everything they could in their power to make sure they get in the top of the search. And if you do the search for something, it's going to get you out there. And you do the search for something like that, all right, it's going to give you the information that they did everything in their power to get it up there for you. If you are going to learn to market your business, you've got to learn what people are searching for your business. That's the thing I hope you learn today. Now, some of the speakers we have today, they're going to be actually sharing, all right, being creative, telling your story, how to grow your audience organically. All right, overcoming your fear of video. That was one that was a tough thing for me. Cashing in on camera, marketing with a message, creating an epic conference. All right, as Joe Pardo's going to do, and then the small business big exit. All right, unless Gina St. George is going to put this out. The whole idea behind all of this is to actually get you guys to actually build everything you can, on your business online and actually reach the customers you want. Simple, easy marketing is about making it simple and easy for your clients to find you, get to know you, and buy from you. That being the three keys that you've got to actually make this work. So, with that being said, all right, I want you to think about that as you go through today, all right? And as we actually have all of our speakers share with you their ideas. Because I want you to get your marketing out online, and I want you to actually make sure that the people who are searching for you find you. The people who want to hear from you, hear from you. Now, I started again, as I was talking a little bit before, is in 2010, I started with the concept of of trying to blog. All right. It's because what I like to do, I like to sit and write. I know many people are writers and they would rather write books than to do an online blog. Some people would rather do a podcast and talk audio and put an audio broadcast out than to actually write content. Some people would rather turn the camera on and broadcast it, and that's it. That's all they want to do. The idea of any one of these happening is, number one, it can be what you prefer all day long. What does your customer prefer? And that's why we're going to cover the different areas today of how to be creative, telling your story, all right, growing your online organically, all right, and I know every one of these speakers today, I know them personally. They're somebody who I've been friends with and gotten to know over the years. They have a message. They have a business online. All right. They are successful at what they do online. And they have also, while being successful doing what they do online, it's because they learn to tap into what their clients want. They made it simple, easy for their clients to find them, their clients to like them, their clients to know them, their clients to trust them. All right. That's what they did to actually make their business work for them online. I'm in the process of writing a book right now, and it is not, and I do mean it is not easy for me. All right. I don't know why. Writing a book has never been easy for me. I actually have got it outlined to do it finally the way my mentor, Craig, taught me how to do it and how to do it fast. It's how I did my first book, this one right over here. All right. And when Craig taught me how to do that one, I did it in 3 weeks when I actually sat down and followed his system. It's because it was something I didn't want to do. All right. And it was something that I had to get done. So I plugged into a system that worked. And that's what I'm doing now, is plugging into a system that work. Anyway, that's what simple, easy is. All right. Making it simple and easy for your customers to figure out and do. And I hope that you realize that as every one of the speakers come in today, that they are trying to do things to make it easier for you. So we have some sponsors today. I'm going to let you guys all know about our sponsors here in this morning's segment. Is first of all right, Indie PodCon, Joe Pardo, Super Joe Pardo, and Indie PodCon. They're one of our sponsors. Please go check them out, indiepodcon.com. And Joe will be one of our speakers later on today. Readily Random, all right. Larry Roberts, Readily Random podcast and Readily Random, all right. He is actually going to be another one of our sponsors. He's a great guy, all right. And he actually, go check him out at readilyrandom.com. As well as, all right, of course, I'm doing it, is my blog and video con is one of the sponsorships to try to have you come to our actual live event in November. We are actually, everything we do is about a charity. And actually, I have to go look up the numbers because I realize this number is actually wrong number, but I'm going to post it up anyway. Is we're trying to raise money for Dallas Hope Charities today. And if you go to timgillette.com/hope, it's our donation page. Please go and give. And that is your way to say thank you to the speakers today, as well as all of our sponsors for helping put this event on. So, yeah. And of course, I see these things in here. The wonderful people actually who leave the comments. It's, you know what I mean? This event is designed every month to help you with the concept of building your business. And every month we do it differently. And every month is going to start having a different theme. We just started to do this first one based on our name, Simple, Easy Marketing. Now, I do 2 summits a year because I learned that there's 2 things that my customers and clients wanted to hear from me. They wanted me to actually come out and share ideas that I knew. They didn't want me to make stories up, all right, and be this great hoorah speaker. They actually wanted me to share, and they loved it when they see me speak. Me speaking here is totally different than when me speaking on stage. It's just 2 different people. I come to live, and when I have a live audience, and I'm able to feed off the energy of the room. That's one of the reasons why they do it. So I started doing an event in 2012 when I moved up, all right, and I moved up out of blogging and doing events. And I thought, oh, yeah, events are cool. And I struggled with events for a long time. I mean, struggled to the point in 2015, I gave up. I said, okay, that's it. I'm done. In 2015, I actually stopped doing the big events and I went down to doing smaller events where I would do a monthly, 2 different type of monthly events, a regular event for people and then an advanced training event for my mastermind. And I went down to doing it that way because that was what would fit or what would work. And I felt pretty good about making it work that way. And I did it for almost 3 years until my mentor came back and said, Tim, you need to build something, even though you don't see the audience there. You need to build it in a way that they love your energy. So they're going to come and eventually they're going to show up for it. And I know many of you, as you're creating your online marketing, you're actually out there doing this very concept. Oh my gosh, 2 people are reading my posts. Man, I only had one person download my podcast. Man, 7 people watched my video, and you're just getting so depressed into it. But if you were out there and the energy you are out there, the people are going to come to you eventually. It may not happen overnight. It's marketing. It takes time to build marketing properly. Now, you can go hard sell your advice. You can go knock on doors one at a time and try to sell your products or services. And it is a way for you to make money. You're not going to deny it. It can be done. However, I teach people the idea of instead of just being that one-on-one going sales, I teach you to build such a track of marketing that eventually you get to pick through the people who come to you and share with them the ideas and choose the clients you want. That's what marketing is. Now, the idea that I actually did this, as I said, I started out as a blogger. I started doing live events in 2012. In 2015 and I started doing a radio show in 2013. In 2015, 2014, I went to a major network on radio. And then 2015, live streaming came out. Well, it was out there for years, but I started doing it in 2015 with Periscope. And then later in that year, I got connected through Blab. So live stream video became huge for me. I didn't want to do the live stream videos. It was just something that my audience kind of like, they wanted. So I learned by doing the videos of what people wanted to see of me. It wasn't about what I wanted to do. It was what my audience wanted. And then we actually come out and actually do things like now, you know what I mean? We still do a radio show, but we do it in a podcast format. And that's the Tim Gillette Show. All right. And you can go check out timgilletteshow.com is actually where all of our stuff is up on Apple right now, and iHeartRadio and all that stuff. And I built that as my whole thing because now the biggest things I'm asked to speak on is repurposing. So I actually put it up there and I create content and I repurpose it in several different ways. And that is what I do. And that's how I found a lot of the people that I actually get out on my radio show. And then I eventually get them in here to speak because I like them. So anyway, that's the system that I've actually built over the years to actually make it work. But what was really key to it was I was always finding out what my audience wants. Now, the biggest thing that I've learned, and this has been over the last couple months, is really the biggest thing my audience wanted was me to promote them. Me to promote them. A lot of people were like, man, I just want somebody to share that I've got something credible and I'm doing something credible. And having to learn how to help my audience in a way that benefits them, but in a way that doesn't discredit me. I give my audience, I do a lot of promotion for those people who are in my audience, but those people who are in my audience that get the promotion are the ones who do things in a way that, number one, it is not harming other people. It is not taking from people, but it is benefiting and growing people. And I like to promote them when they are actually doing something. So in other words, I look at what they're doing. If I find anything is in there that they're saying I'm doing this, but they're not doing it, all right, then I'm not ready to promote them. Only put them on at a little level. Now, I'm 100% behind the idea of sponsorships to promote. That is how I built my audience. And most people are like, well, yeah, I want to tap into your audience, and don't realize that I spent a lot of money to build the audience that I have. I spent a lot of money in advertising, all right, and marketing to get people on my stages or to get people to come to my events and to get tickets sold, all right? And some people go, well, I want to just go speak at events. Great. You know what I mean? You got to put in your dues to make it happen, to get promoted. I'm willing to promote you if you're willing to do the work. In other words, all right, are you hosting events? Most people don't get that. Sponsorships at events. I've paid thousands of dollars to get on stages at events, to actually host, you know what I mean, have a vendor table at an event that gave me 5 minutes on stage. And I know people who won't spend that. They just want it naturally to come to them. And, you know, as Jake will share today, the way to organically grow online, all right, it's a great tools that you're going to learn on how he does that. But so many of you are out there going, well, what does it take? Well, how do I get promoted by you, Tim? Great. All right. Learn the tools, learn how to get yourself right. Learn how to make your message right. Learn how to have marketing. Learn that when I Google you, I find a ton of stuff on you. A ton of stuff on you and your brand. The most unique thing that I came out with watching people do this and marketing on their brand is, when I bought my old condo, not the one I'm living in now, but the condo I used to live in, and we bought it, we paid cash for it. And the lady actually thought it was strange that we paid cash for it. So she Googled us, and she Googled me and found me in Googling, and then realized exactly how many things I had online. And she came to me and she said, "Oh my gosh, you're famous." And I went back and said, "No, I just know how to market myself." So the biggest thing that you've got going for you, I mean, I have not carried a business card since 2013. I can tell people all the time, go Google me and you'll find out. All right. Now there's tons of other Tim Gillettes. There's a Tim Gillette in art. There's a Tim Gillette who's in the service. There's Tim Gillette doing, in all kinds of different public service things. And those people who are out there named Tim Gillette, I've learned over the years to market in a way that when you Google Tim Gillette, I dominate everything about it. And that was the art I've learned in marketing. That gets people to find out who you are. So when I Google you, I want to know that I can find you. If I Google your name and nothing comes up, and you're asking me to promote you, maybe you should start promoting yourself first. Start promoting yourself in a way that actually gets your stuff out. How do you do that? You create content. You create content by making blog posts. You create content by doing podcasts. You create content by doing live videos. You do content by putting it on social media. And then you make everything work so that you can actually be found. Create YouTube videos. You actually have to go out there and create the content. So one of the things that I've done over the years is I've actually narrowed it down to, I tell people when it comes to creating content and it comes to marketing yourself online, there's basically about 4, maybe 5 steps that you've got to do online. Number 1, you've got to create content, which I've just got done saying. Create content. Audio, video, and written word. I say create all 3. Find out which ones your audience wants from you most. Once you create the content, all right, the idea that if I build it, they will come doesn't exactly work. It might have worked for Kevin Costner in the movies, but it doesn't work for all of us. Once you create content, you've got to market the content. Market the content. What does that mean? Marketing content could mean, all right, I actually have to share it out on social media. I actually have to build relationships on social media to get people to actually find it. I actually have to make it SEO optimized. I actually have to think about the keywords that I'm actually going for. I have to connect with people who are in my same field. I need to build in, like I personally, I'm in the blogging field. I'm in a ton of blogging groups, both on Facebook and LinkedIn. I go in and answer questions in there. I don't ever go in there and go and promote. I don't go in there and go, well, yeah, by the way, you can find out by getting my course. I don't ever do that. I attend events and answer questions. That's all I do. I answer questions. I want to answer the question to the point that they actually go, oh my God, this guy answered something quick. I want to check him out. That's marketing. Going in there and saying, well, yeah, this is how you fix it. And this is the link to my four-step course where you can actually get the link to do this and blah, blah, blah. And then you leave the group and never come back again. That's selling. Marketing is actually getting your name out there in such a way that they want to find you. That's step 2, marketing. Number 3, build community. Build community. The people who come to your actual site, you have to actually build community. Most people will never build community. They're just trying to make a sale. If you do this thing, by the way, you do this right, all right, it all benefits and starts circling around and the wheel starts rolling, because this works in a wheel when I talk to you and get to the end of it. And that is build community. Community is the people who are both your raving fans, all right? They're the people who bought your products. They're the people who attend your events. They're people who read your content. They're the people who share your content for you, all right? These are the people who actually are out taking action and based on what you're giving them and doing it. They become your community. They become your biggest fans. They become the people who you want to connect with. They become the people who come back and speak at your events, your community. So build community. Number 4. Monetize the community. Monetize the community. So often, I think all of us are out there is rather than going, well, I just want to make money. And they actually go, I want to create content, make money. They don't realize is the actual steps to actually make consistent money online Create content, market the content, build community, monetize the community. When you do it that way, it builds more consistent role, all right, and it helps you actually come in and do regular things on stuff all the time. And the last one in this, and that is repurpose or repeat. Repurpose or repeat. So, I mean, my friend Casey Everhart always says this. I mean, you know what I mean? He says, you know what I mean? Do this, all right, like, you know, like you're washing your hair. Lather, rinse, repeat. Do it until you're either bald or rich, whatever one works better for you. The idea behind doing that is, again, create content, market the content, build the community, monetize the community, and then repurpose it all and repeat. And keep going around. So right now, I'm actually building in a total different way because I've had to switch everything online. And for me, switching from doing live events to going online was a little bit different of a twist. But I was able to do it and jump into it because I knew the concept. I followed the whole path that I've seen for years. This idea of that I just shared with you guys has been out there for 20 plus years online. It has not changed. Those are what the successful people are doing online. And I immediately started going to community and jumping in and helping, jumping in and helping, jumping in and helping. And then I give people a place to connect with me and come over and get on my podcast. That's what I do. And then I host events like this, and I host Blog and Video Con and Simple Easy Marketing Summit that will be next May. All right. Those are the two big events we do. And that's it, guys. It's that simple. That's how simple it is. It's finding the right things. So anyway, that's what I want to share with you today. All right. As you go through this, understand this is what your speaker is going to be sharing with you today. How to either be creative, how to create content, how to build community, how to monetize the community, and how to then repurpose and repeat. So stay tuned, as every one of them are going to share with you something different, something unique that's going to actually make this an awesome event for you. And hopefully you go home and apply it. And then you can come back and be a speaker because you went home and did it, made it work, and then you can come back and share it with others. So with that, I'm actually going to get here and bring on our first speaker of the day.